Senora Scott. I am from Ranger, Texas, a very, very small town. And I have strong ties with West Texas. My mom and all her side of the family are from Sonora. So, kind of hence the name a little bit. So I grew up coming to, San Angelo, Sonora, all this area when I was a child. And, fell in love with San Angelo at an early age, really. With my family, I was very comfortable. So I would do, when I was little, I would do these, fake newscasts and just kind of like, oh, yeah, this is the news because, all my family watched the news. And so I grew up watching it. And, that was a big part that I remember. My mom and I would do that together. We would sit and we would watch the news. And so I would end up doing, the fake newscasts from a young age with my family. But in school as a young child, I was actually painfully shy, like would not talk to people, would kind of hide behind my sisters, and make them talk for me. So it was kind of in, I think maybe like, I don't know, 4th, 5th, 6th grade that I really kind of broke out of my shell. And so I started doing speaking events in UIL. So, poetry, prose, impromptu speaking, things like that. And I just kind of fell in love with it. And I was like, okay. And so then I started doing more speaking type, things, events in UIL, one-act play, just various things like that. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Fast forward to college, I was looking at different places and I was like, okay, Angelo State, yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I applied. And then I ended up getting the car scholarship. And I was like, okay, sold. Because I already love San Angelo. I'd seen Angelo State, throughout my life. My older sisters had actually gone to ASU. And so I had kind of seen it in many different ways. And then I applied. I got the car scholarship. So ended up coming here. Went through, the typical 4-year college run, got my bachelor's degree in communication, graduated with that in 2011, and then went straight to work. I was excited or impatient, whichever one you want to say, to get to work. So I went to KSAN. I was hired at KSAN and started as a producer. So it was just a part-time job. But I was all in. I wanted to get my foot in the door, and that's what I wanted to do is pursue this, this career in the news industry. So, did that, got in there, did several years there, then went to a different station, a different affiliate, was there for a while, ended up being in management, and, then wanted to change. So I went back to KLST, and there was a very strong push for digital content. So I got to basically tell the stories I wanted to tell in a long form. So both written and on film. And so I love that. And then I kind of felt a tug to get my master's degree. So it was almost 10 years to the day that I graduated with my master's degree. So between my master's and my bachelor's. And so that was really, really fun. When I, was applying for college and started thinking about, okay, what career do I want to pursue? I didn't really know. I didn't really think that the news business was an option, really. I don't know why. I just thought, oh, yeah, no, I probably won't be able to do that. But because I actually, so funny, growing up, I was a ranch kid. My family had land, and cattle and goats. And so that's what I grew up doing. So I actually wanted to be a veterinarian. And then I found out how much schooling was involved. I was like, okay, no, that's too much. I'm too impatient for that. I want to hurry up and get going. I still keep my love for animals and, the agriculture industry and the way of life, and I'm still tied to that. But I decided to maybe pursue something else. And so I actually credit my younger brother, for how I ended up in the communication department, because we were at Walmart, as every small town, I don't know, that's the pastime, really. You go to the nearest Walmart and you hang out. And so my brother and I were in Walmart, and I was just talking to people, like anybody that came up. I was like, oh, hello, have a good day. Hi, how are you? And he looked at me, and my brother is like a stoic Stanley. Okay. He doesn't talk much. He looked at me and said, do you have to talk to everybody? And I was like, well, yeah. And so then I found out communication was an option that you can major in. And I was like, okay, maybe you're onto something, bud. And so, yeah, I credit my brother for that, actually helping me decide my major without even knowing it. So I signed up for communication as my major, and I guess the rest is history. Getting my diploma, there was just such an excitement, that I felt walking across that stage, hearing my full name be called out. And it was just a sense of accomplishment, because a lot of times people from small towns, like I was from Ranger, very, very small town. I had 28 in my graduating class that I'd known basically since kindergarten. If you're from a small town, you often get told, whatever, you'll stay here, you'll never amount to anything, you're not going to do anything big, you're from a small town, don't even try. So hearing that, repeatedly, throughout my life. And then, of course, there's the stereotype that, oh, if you're from a small town, oh, yeah, your country, you must be stupid. It's just a stereotype that people have for some reason. And, yes, growing up in the agriculture industry, yeah, I am country, I guess. But that doesn't mean that you can't achieve great things. And so that's what I try to encourage. And that's what I try to use to encourage other people from small towns. It's, the limit is just your mind. If you can visualize it and dream it and tell yourself, yes, you can go after this degree. Yes, you can go after this, career path, whatever that may be. It may not be, getting a degree. It may be doing something else. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, because the world is going to tell you, oh, no, you can't do it. So walking across the stage, getting my diploma, I was like, wow, it actually happened. And I don't know, that was a great moment. It was a great moment. And I kind of felt inspired to continue to try to help people from small towns and advocate for people from small towns. And so I think that just lit another fire inside me to try to help others and inspire others when, I may be the only person telling them they can do something. So for anyone considering coming to ASU, do it. Absolutely do it. You're going to find people who actually care about you. You're not just a number, just a statistic. I still am in communication with the professors that I had even today. Even in my time getting my bachelor's degree, I still keep in contact with them. And they know my name. They know my face. They know, my history. They know everything. And it just gives you such a sense of belonging that, okay, somebody actually cares about me, and I can turn to them for advice. Even though I graduated a bajillion years ago, I can still turn to them and reach out to them, and they will help me because they still know who I am. They still care about me, and they still want what's best for me.